Remember, viewers, it is Women's Wednesday, and in the latest edition of Women's Wednesday, we delve into the importance of financial freedom for women. My colleague Kavita Taplial is joined by MobiKwik's co-founder and CFO Upasana Taku, who will be sharing her piece of advice on how women should stay invested for a long time to unlock financial independence. Let's go across to the interesting conversation.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
Hello and welcome to this very special edition of Women's Wednesday. And today we have a very special guest on this particular interaction that we are going to be having. I have with me Upasana Taku, co-founder and CFO MobiKwik. Upasana, thank you so much for joining us today for Women's Wednesday. And this is a segment where we celebrate women's success stories, and having you on board, I'm sure is going to be a great takeaway for all our women investors. So, Upasana, you have a bouquet of experience, so a very wide range of experience that you have. The vision that you've been carrying for so long and working very closely to implement that, to make it happen, you know, vision to actually transform digital service and payments landscape in India, and the journey that so far you've been on. I just want to know, first thing, a 10-year-old Upasana, what will she say to the Upasana now?
I think the 10-year-old Upasana will tell me, keep dreaming and keep going, keep learning, and, never give up. I think that is sort of how I would think about my life when I'm a young kid.
Upasana, do you feel that you are there? You are just there where you wanted to be?
Yeah, I do believe that I'm sort of, life and universe conspires, and I'm definitely where I was meant to be. I don't feel that I'm living somebody else's life for sure. And I can say that because I've made all the difficult choices in life, and they've landed me where I am today.
I think that's a very important part of your life journey, right? Taking difficult decisions and overcoming all the challenges that you're thrown at. I want to understand your financial journey. I mean, looking at the kind of experience you've had in your life in terms of education, then your entire work profile, you've been quite established with the idea of being financially independent. And you've always realized the importance of having your own money, investing your money, which we know a lot of women investors are now getting into, but they need a lot of hand holding. So when you talk about difficulties, was there a time or any period where you were trying to figure out your finances, you were trying to figure out how to achieve or how to walk on that path of financial freedom, or maybe that time when you actually realized what is financial freedom for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I first moved to college and I was living by myself in a hostel when I was 17 years old for my BTech. And then I went abroad to pursue my master's. And so, essentially, I have been living by myself starting from the age of 17. And even though my parents definitely helped me, but you have to manage your finances because you have a amount of money you receive monthly as a student. And within that, you have to manage your tuition, your boarding, your food, everything. So I think it is important to be financially independent, both as a student and then as a professional, because it's not just about earning money, and it doesn't matter which economic strata of the society you come from. I just believe that it is important to be financially independent because then you can make your own financial decisions. And I think women, when they are financially independent, they make better decisions, not just for themselves, but for their families also and their communities also. And I think it creates confidence, it brings assurance to take important decisions, and it helps to the upliftment of the family and the community that you belong to also. So there's a lot of progress associated with women being financially independent. Personally, for myself, I can say that I started earning, when I was 21, 22 years old. I started working, even while I was pursuing masters, I was working. So earning my own money, managing it prudently, became important. And then once I became a professional and I was earning larger amounts of money, it was equally important how to live your life, how to manage your expenses, and how to invest for your future. So it can be a little daunting, but in all my years of life, I can tell you that investing money is not really rocket science. You just have to set aside some time that you can focus on it, read about it, and investing in products like fixed deposits, mutual funds, gold, real estate, equity, debt. I don't think that any of these are difficult. And I'm just saying from the point of view and from an average person's point of view. It just seems hard because you've not done it. Once you start doing it, you will find it easy to do. And from the different approaches to investing, I think there are people who like to, day trade. There are people who like to play with the markets. I'm a more long only investor. So I try to take big bets and then I don't keep checking in on them every day. I believe in long-term approach, invest with discipline, and the returns will pan out.
Upasana, your first salary and your first investment.
Ooh. My first salary was, so I graduated from engineering in 2001. And from my campus placement, I had a job with, I think, TCS or Tata Infotech. But unfortunately, the jobs kept getting delayed. So my first job was actually a call center, or a BPO as it is called, Wipro Spectramind, and Dell was the client. My first paycheck would have been, I don't know, like around 25,000 rupees, somewhere thereabouts, I would say. And in 2001, late 2001, what did I do with it? I don't know. I think I must have had, I think a good meal, some ice cream with my friends at the time. And I'm sure I must have sent some nice gifts or a big chunk of that to my parents, to thank them for making it possible for me to get a job and to have a first salary.
Your first, so what was your first financial investment then for yourself?
First financial investment for myself was a car.
Oh,
So, yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, it's a very realistic decision because after I graduated from Stanford with a master's in engineering, my first job was in San Diego, in California. And San Diego doesn't have a very strong public transport system. So there aren't, like, you can't easily commute via buses or trains or anything. And car is the most efficient way to travel. So I still remember, I went there on a weekend. On Friday or Saturday, I arrived in San Diego, and Monday I had to start my job. And so I think I rented a car for the first 2 weeks or so. And then in that time, I had to find a car to buy. So it was a second-hand Camry Solara that I bought. And it was an investment that worked very well for me. It was a beautiful car, and it helped me commute to work and for my daily life. And it was a real daily life requirement, but also it was a good investment because when I sold it, I also got a good return.
wow, that was, you been lucky over there and definitely need of the hour. So now if I have to talk about your investment portfolio across asset classes, how are you, how have you planned to design your investment portfolio?
Okay, so my investments are, I have something in real estate. I have I have a good chunk in mutual funds. I have a smaller than mutual fund chunk I have invested in equity. And I want to be candid, I have not invested as much in equity because, I am a promoter in my own company, MobiQuick. So I already have a big, equity exposure because of that. So I didn't want to have too much sort of equity in my portfolio. So debt, mutual fund, real estate, and gold, and also long-term investments in terms of insurance-linked investment plan. I think that is how I would think of my portfolio.
What's your favorite asset class then?
Sorry?
What is your favorite asset class to invest in?
My favorite mutual funds. I really think, I know they have come up with a very nice and catchy campaign, ki mutual funds sahi hai. I do believe they've given me the best return in the last 5-6 years. And so I do believe that with little bit of reading and little bit of knowledge, one can pick the right funds and make a very good return or XIRR on them. And it's far easier than investing and trading in equity is what I have found.
All right, I do have a lot of questions for you, Upasana, but then my time is up for this particular topic. Thank you so much for taking time out and helping our viewers understand the importance of investments and how by taking small steps you can actually achieve a bigger goal that you might have lined up for yourself. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully. If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.